Welcome back to Parlour Games, the movie, and it's time for a magic trick.
Okay, guys, you know, I've been studying a lot about psychics and sort of how they make predictions about the world. And I've been having some strange dreams because I haven't been sleeping very well. And last night I had a dream about a playing card. So I've taken a card out of a red deck just because I had this peculiar dream about it. I'm not sure quite what it means yet, but we'll see. So this is a deck of blue cards. Okay. Just your normal kind of deck.
What was in the dream?
Well, we'll come back to that. It was just quite peculiar, really. Yuri Geller was in it, sort of running around and sort of throwing things at me, and I didn't quite know what.
Okay.
Well, it was quite strange, really. But Guy, I want you to pick a card. And what we'll do is I'll run my thumb down the side, and anyway you want to shout out stop. Okay.
Stop.
Happy? Great. So this is going to be your card, and we'll just show it to the camera. It's the Seven of Hearts. Okay, so we don't confuse it with any others. Do you want to just lean over and
and write?
And just write your name on there.
Write my name. Okay.
Guy. Okay, that's permanent marking. So we'll all recognise this card again if we saw it. Okay, and Guy, we haven't set this up in any way, have we?
No.
So you don't know.
No,
what's
this
going
is
on.
magic.
Lose your card.
But it's not the kind of magic that anyone, I mean, should be nervous about.
Well, I don't know. You know, the dream was quite freaky. You know, and what I'm trying to say is you could have selected any card from here, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And beforehand, I put this red card down on the table, and this is the really freaky thing. The red card is in fact the card that you'd selected, which is the one that'd been on the table all the way through.
Yeah, that is eerie.
Eerie or Yuri, did you say?
Eerie. Well, I'm not sure.
And now, welcome back to Parlour Games, the movie, and now it is time for stories from the Story Kitchen.
In the same sore night of sleeping on a quarter-way inflated air mattress, he had a dream of two dying lesbians leaving him money. In the morning he crawled from the tent. There were indeed lesbians on the campground in a bright green camper van, and one of them had smiled a lovely smile his way when he'd driven into the campground the previous night. She'd been washing plastic dishes at the dishwashing station. But what troubled him about the dream he'd had is that in the midst of the dream, his dream self had been hunched over crying so hard that his lungs hurt when the two dream lesbians had broken the news of their dream death and his dream inheritance. But in the midst of his hard dream crying, he'd thought, "Oh, good. I need an inheritance because I need some cash flow. Cash flow, cash flow, cash flow, cash flow, cash flow." And the phrase had kept tumbling because it was a dream. And so he crawled out of the tent that morning, feeling horribly selfish, the words cash flow still on his lips.
See?
And these things it's called the Sensatron.
How come you wouldn't just put like an extra 4 or an extra 2 on there if you only wanted people to... Or in another game, Dungeons and Dragons, they actually have 4-sided dice.
Yeah, well, you would have, but I don't know. what DICE development was like back in the mid-1980s, and whether that had been thought about.
No. The Dungeons and Dragons was in the 70s.
Oh, right, okay.
So they would have known that to make a 4-sided dice.
But maybe...
Anyway.
I don't know. Well, maybe we should write to Yuri Geller and ask him about
Well, maybe he wanted to have... He knew what a 4-sided dice was, but he wanted to have something a bit different, which that definitely is.
Definitely.
Okay, anyway, sorry.
Okay, these are the sensatrons. Sensatron, which is a small arrow suspended in a clear plastic...
In a little...
pyramidal shaped
plastic.
thing.
You got that? You see that, folks?
Okay, the object of the game is to move around the board, answering questions about mid-1980s Europe, and trying to detect, with the aid of your sensatron, where precious minerals and gems are buried underneath Europe. That's what the hidden things were for, and you'll see if you move the sensatron around the board, the little arrow moves around until you land on the square. There's things buried underneath and it points downwards, and you know that you found something there.
Okay.
So Guy, pick a colour.
Blue.
Blue. Maybe you start in that blue corner.
So this is my guy.
I can have red. You can have red.
I'm the my. Okay. I started.
Maybe do we need the instructions? Object of the game.
I would have thought you would have.
I'm just making sure that we don't get it wrong. Okay. So we've got 2 books of questions. One is level 1, and this one is level 2. And I've got a feeling we should really be level 2.
Start with level 2.
Start
Yeah.
with level 2.
Let's go for it because
we are adults.
we only have a limited segment for this.
Okay. All right. And I guess.
So we might as well go. What I'm saying is we might as well.
Okay. Basically, all you do, roll the dice. You move around that number of squares, and when you land on a square, you can answer a question. If you get it right, you roll again. And you move again, and you can only do that 3 times before it's the other person's go. If you get it wrong, then it's my go.
So I move what direction? Do I
you can move anywhere you just
do I
around
get
the
to go?
squares. Yeah, you can't go
You
diagonally.
go first if you
I'll
want.
show you.
Yeah. Of course,
Okay.
because I don't know what's going on.
Okay, that's 10. So I'm going to move from here. 1. You can't go diagonally, and you can't go back on yourself. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, so you're supposed to be watching the arrow.
Yeah,
and
and if you see that you can't go back on a square,
and
so
seeing if the arrow
just
kind
move
of does.
around. So I know there's one there.
And you can't go backward onto a square that
You've already been on.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, so
Gotcha.
and I've got,
Let me.
you got some?
I'm sorry. Just one quick camera check here. We don't actually have a cameraman, folks, so just have to check.
Okay,
It's
so
all good though. That's great.
So my question.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Do I need to ask
Yeah,
you the question?
you go to section E because I'm on E2.
Section E.
Number 2.
Number 2.
And then because my 4-sided dice has landed on 4, you ask me the 4th question.
Oh.
In that section. Okay.
Captain H.P. Douglas of the Royal Navy invented, and this is a question for you at home too, of course. Captain H.P. Douglas of the Royal Navy invented the Douglas scales in 1921. What do they measure?
Welcome back to Parlor Games, the movie, and now it is time for poetry in the Poetry Kitchen.
Ballpoint. A pale blue line crosses her cheek. An accidental tourist of cheap biro, scribbled while filling in all-rounded letters in a page of type. A habit acquired through a combination of moments of boredom, creative frustration, a desire to erase all negative space while searching for hidden patterns in the fragments of things, the calm found in finger-cramping concentration. You have ink on your face, I say. No, I don't. Yes, you do. Gently licking my finger, reaching over the tight tangle of limbs between us to rub it away. It has always been there, she replies, gently slapping my hand with defiant eyes. It is a strong vein beneath thin skin. She pauses a moment, leaving a wrinkly smile and a soft silence to sink in.